Good afternoon and welcome to FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Josh Green with a beautiful look at the sunset behind Doak Campbell Stadium right now. We are currently sitting at 60 degrees and those temperatures are slowly going down as we go into the evening, partly cloudy with winds coming out of the north at 7 miles an hour. Satellite and radar right now is very clear throughout our entire viewing area, all the way from the Gulf Coast up through Georgia and into the Carolinas, even down into Central and South Florida. We're seeing very clear conditions currently. Tonight, our temperatures in Tallahassee will drop down to 41 degrees, the first big cold front of this season, with partly cloudy conditions with winds coming out of the north-northeast at 4 miles per hour. And as for tomorrow, temperatures will get up to 71 degrees, sunny conditions, winds north-northeast at 4 miles an hour. And our headlines for this week: feels like fall. Make sure you get out and vote tomorrow. We want everyone to get out there and vote. It's going to be beautiful weather, and Major Hurricane Ada will be tracking that. All this and more, this is FSU Weather.
Thank you for that look at our preview. Right now you can see an absolutely beautiful day outside. Nice sunset for us outside of Doak Campbell Stadium. Man, it is really nice and cool and dry for us. The first time we've really seen this kind of weather in, I'd say, since the last spring here. Right now looking at currently 60 degrees and partly cloudy, wind from the north at 7 miles per hour. It's been just beautiful like this all day. And the satellite and radar, you can see this dry air is keeping really any storms from forming in this area. Nothing much going on for us in Tallahassee or towards Jacksonville and Daytona Beach. Just a little bit of radar clutter you can see here. And this dry air, upper level water vapor, you can see just very dry, almost no moisture for us right now, which is keeping this air not very muggy for us, which is very nice right now. Looking out at the entire southeast, you can see a little more rain down here by Miami, a little more cloud cover as per usual for Miami. Rest of the satellite and radar for the entire region is basically just dry air for all of us. So a really beautiful day today and tomorrow to go out and vote for Election Day. You can see, looking at these dew points, the first time we've really seen 30s like the entire time I've been here this semester. We're used to seeing 60s and 70s, but muggy air is gone. We're seeing beautiful dew points right now and absolutely beautiful temperatures too. Looking at 60 in Tallahassee, 59 in Apalachicola, 57 in Bainbridge. I just can't enjoy these temperatures enough. 52 in Valdosta. And looking at our wind speed, it's pretty calm for most of us. 0 in Thomasville and Valdosta. A little bit windier down by the coast, where we see 6 in Apalachicola and 5 in St. Mark's. But an absolutely beautiful day for us all right now. Next 24 hours, you can see just literally nothing going on. Absolutely nothing going on for us. It's going to be another beautiful day tomorrow. So like I was saying earlier, make sure you take this opportunity to get out and vote. There's really no weather excuse not to. It's not raining or cloudy or literally anything. So day planner forecast, vote, vote, vote. 9 a.m., 51 degrees. It's 63 at 12 p.m. and our high will be in the low 70s at 71, 3 p.m. So again, this day just can't get any better for us right now tomorrow. So really nice day too. Maybe vote, maybe take a walk around Landis Green after you're done voting. Enjoy that, share it with your nice I voted sticker. Tell everyone you did your civic duty. Looking at this week ahead, you can see these days are just very nice for us right now. Well, all the way down to 44 on Tuesday. And going up to 79 on Friday, 70 on Saturday, before it gets a little bit warmer by Sunday and Monday, but it's really beautiful for us for the rest of the week. No storms and showers, so I'm going to pass this off to Josh.
All right, thank you, Robert. Here's some temperatures right now for our southeast area. Taking a look at Florida, we've got 70 degrees in Tampa, 75, a little more down south. As we move up towards northern and southern Georgia, you can see 64 in Orlando, 53 out in Jacksonville right now, 51 in Atlanta, and a bit to our west above the Panhandle, we've got 57 in Jackson, and we've got 55 in Little Rock, Arkansas. For our current dew points, as Robert mentioned, it is very, very dry conditions right now. Only 35 in Tallahassee. That's why we feel those beautiful conditions when we walk outside earlier today and throughout the evening. 29 in Montgomery, very low in Atlanta, 18. A little bit towards South Florida, you can see the moisture picks up just a little bit, 59 in Miami. And over to our west, we can see low 30s just as well. Our current winds right now, you can see they're all coming from about the north in that general direction, about ranging from 5, 6, 7 miles per hour. So Nice breezy conditions, definitely adding a little bit of wind chill factor to those very low temperatures that we've been seeing throughout the day. Satellite and radar, very clear conditions throughout our entire viewing area. Gulf Coast down into South Florida, a little bit of cloud clearing out through that area right now. But as we make our way towards the north, all very clear, beautiful skies. And taking a look at our next 24 hours, you can see we've got some cloud cover that will move in through the south and central Florida regions, and later into the day we might be able to see a couple scattered showers make our way into Tallahassee and possibly the rest of the Panhandle. And tonight's forecast for our low temperatures, we can see, wow, 41 degrees in Tallahassee. That's the lowest that we've seen for this fall and going into the winter season. A little bit to our north, we've got 36 in Montgomery, 38 in Atlanta, and a bit to our west, we've got 52 down in New Orleans, 38 in Jackson, 39 in Little Rock. Very similar conditions throughout our entire viewing area. A bit to the South Florida region, you can see it'll be a little bit warmer, 73 down in Key West. It's about our high was today. And for tomorrow's forecast, you can see very similar conditions as to what we saw today. Down south, we've got 81 in Key West, making our way up north, 79, 77 in Orlando. Here in Tallahassee, it's going to be sitting at 71 degrees. And over to our west, we've got 70 in New Orleans, 74 in Shreveport, and 70 in Little Rock. And these conditions will continue as we go out through the week. And now here is Robert with a look at the tropics.
Right, thank you for that, Josh. We do have an active storm right now out in the Western Caribbean, but it is Eta. We can see we've gone so far down this list, we have already beat the record that we had in 2005 for names, not the record for storms. We've tied that right now because there was one unnamed storm we had in 2005. But looking at this right now, we can see Hurricane Eta churning its way towards Nicaragua. This is a very powerful storm right now, and it's strengthening even beyond our earlier expectations, could even get up to a Category 5 by landfall. You can see right now it is at 130 miles per hour, just 70 miles east-southeast of Cabo Gracias a Dios on the Nicaragua-Honduras border. So this Hurricane Eta is definitely churning its way towards Nicaragua. So if there are anyone watching this forecast right now from there, make sure you make your final preparations. This storm only has a few hours to go before it does make its ultimate landfall here in the Caribbean. So looking at the spaghetti plots for the future forecast of the storm, you can see it is going up towards maybe Mexico, maybe a little bit. We'll see where it goes, but it could make its way up into the Caribbean again and maybe reacquire those tropical characteristics. We're definitely going to have to watch the storm in the future, but for right now, the imminent threat for this storm is definitely down near Nicaragua. So looking at this wind field, you can see the storm really getting stronger as it goes into Nicaragua, but then, as I was saying, losing those tropical characteristics as it goes into the inland. Again, we'll have to watch for the future, but right now the main story is, again, a potential landfall as maybe even up to a Category 5. Seeing these tropical storm force winds, you can see there is a basically 100% chance of seeing them in Nicaragua and Honduras, going on a little bit to lower chances as we get towards Mexico and other countries. But you can see right now, this is a developing situation for Nicaragua and Honduras. So this list we have here, this season is a very, very strong season. And of course, it does not fail to disappoint us here. Obviously, this season is one that is record-breaking, and we could eventually see more storms forming. So this is always a good reminder right now, even though it is November, that doesn't mean the season is over at all. And of course, we are watching Eta. Maybe it could make its way into the Gulf. We don't know, but this is, of course, early predictions. We will have to continue watching this storm and maybe more storms. So this is always a very, very good reminder that you have your hurricane plans there, you have them set up and ready, and you always are ready for any storms because we could have some pop-up storms always make sure to form. So again, it might be November. You might think we're getting ready to end this right now, but again, this is a situation that could continue to develop. So right now we're going to pass things off to Josh.
Hey Tallahassee, I'm student environmentalist and student meteorologist Lindsay Parmet, and welcome back to another segment of Current Environmental Issues with Lindsay. Today we are talking about not an issue, but something extremely, extremely exciting, and one of my biggest passions. We're talking about coral reefs and the new coral reef discovery. So for those who don't know, last week a new coral reef was found in Australia off the coast of where the Great Barrier Reef is. And this is really exciting because, as many of you know, the Great Barrier Reef is dying extremely quickly due to pollution and ecotourism. And This is really exciting because it's the first time that a coral reef has been discovered in over 100 years. And the great part about this coral reef is that it's extremely healthy. Researchers are saying that it is very tall, bigger and taller than the Empire State Building. And for those of you who are my New Yorkers out there, you know that's super tall. And it has a thriving ecosystem, which is really great to hear because that means that overall it's a healthy coral reef. It means there's a lot of biodiversity and there's a lot that we can get out of these reefs. And we should be sure that we are maintaining and protecting this coral reef because coral reefs are extremely important to us as people. They provide food for different ecosystems. They help with ecotourism, which brings in a lot of money to places like Australia that have such beautiful ecosystems. And what's even greater about this new coral reef is that it's going to help maintain a space for biodiversity, which is what we need to maintain after we go in and constantly burn down ecosystems or clear cut forests. So this is a really, really incredible way to maintain biodiversity that we thought we lost with the Great Barrier Reef dying. And while it's super exciting that we've found a new Great Barrier, or rather a new reef, we have to make sure that we protect it. So one way to guarantee that you're protecting a reef, besides not polluting your oceans with plastics or garbage, is to be conscious of the sunscreen you're wearing. So for example, if you're going coral reef exploring, if you're going snorkeling, and you're wearing sunscreen because you're scared of sunburn, be sure that the sunscreen that you're wearing doesn't have oxybenzone in it. Oxybenzone, unfortunately, is a compound that when in the ocean will deteriorate coral reefs. And we see it a lot. We see it in a lot of sunscreens, and it's so potent that if there's just one particle of it in 4 million gallons of water, it will still deteriorate a coral reef. So in order to do this, I would say buy sunscreens that don't have oxybenzone in it. And one great example of sunscreen that doesn't have oxybenzone in it is Sunbum's mineral sunscreen. It's coral reef safe, environmental safe, and overall a great brand to support because they are sustainable. So that's all I have for today. I really hope this brightens people's day because I know it brightened mine. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week, guys, and make sure you go out and vote.
That's right, Lindsay. Make sure you go out and vote tomorrow because tomorrow is election day. And we're looking at these temperatures right now for us most in the nation. It is really nice again for us. I know it's basically a broken record at this point, but it is getting into November, so we're getting into the nice fall season. We're seeing 70s and 60s, but it is a little bit cooler up towards Boston where we're actually seeing 36 right now at 6:14 p.m. in the evening. Looking at our dew points so you can really see what we're talking about. Just dry from coast to coast. 56 in San Francisco is basically one of the highest ones we see. Of course, Miami does have to break that a little bit, 59. But down to 35 in Tallahassee, 17 Detroit, and 20 in Washington, D.C. So it was really a dry day for basically everyone, and that means it's really nice. Looking at our upper level water vapor, and if, again, like I'm saying, a little bit of a broken record here, but it is really dry. We do have a high pressure system over the Arkansas area that's basically making this weather really nice, dry, and cool for us right now. And looking at the satellite radar, man, it just can't get any better than that right now. It is just completely dry from coast to coast, maybe a little bit of snow showers up in northern New York and Quebec, but if we're seeing also a little few storms in Nevada, but otherwise pretty dry for most of the nation. Active alerts right now, the biggest story right now is that we've got, well, again, basically nothing. It's going to get a little cooler down towards Atlanta and North Carolina, where we do see some freeze watches and warnings. But basically for that, we only see a few flood warnings and watches for the rest of the nation. Nothing big happening right now. So again, I just can't emphasize this enough, but it's going to be a beautiful day tonight and tomorrow. So again, there's no excuse not to vote. So we're seeing these storms again coming from Ontario and Quebec into northern New York. A few snow showers into Buffalo maybe, some lake effect snow you might be seeing there and up. Some more snow near Bangor and Halifax. But again, nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing over here. There's nothing over there. It's just literally nothing going on for you guys in the Great Plains. And we've got a few showers and storms near Las Vegas and northwest Arizona. But again, that's nothing severe, nothing too bad to worry about. Just a little few showers might make your evening a little bit wetter. Drought monitor though, and you really see they need that rain, and they're not getting a lot of it right now. But through Arizona up until Utah and western sides of Colorado and New Mexico, it is really, really dry. Not so bad into Texas and into east areas, but again, the drought monitor is not looking that great right now, and they need some more rain. So we'll be looking for that into the next few weeks. But looking at tonight's forecast, you can see it's very nice around most of the nation, coming from 32 in Boston up to 58, in Los Angeles, 49 in my hometown of DFW. So from coast to coast, we're seeing these really nice and beautiful temperatures tonight. And looking at tomorrow's forecast, you can see it is 69 in Los Angeles, 70 in Albuquerque, 71 in Tallahassee. Man, 71 in Tallahassee. That's just an absolutely beautiful day. 44 in Boston, 60 in Washington, D.C., and 79 in Miami. So again, these temperatures are so beautiful that it's just, there's no excuse to not go out and vote and exercise your civic duty. So now I'm going to pass things off to Josh.
All right, thank you, Robert. And here's another look right behind in our backyard, Doak Campbell Stadium. You can see with that time change, it's gotten a lot darker, and that trend will continue as we go into the winter as daylight continues to go down just a little bit each day. And for our current temperature right now, as you can see, it's dropped a little bit from earlier. We're now at 60 degrees, still partly cloudy skies. It's a little more clear than partly cloudy, I'd say. And winds coming out of the north at 7 miles an hour. Here's our very clear radar right now, all the way through New Orleans, up into Mississippi, Alabama region, and even into Georgia and the Carolinas. Similar story, no rain at all. And down into northern and central Florida, also a similar story, very dry conditions. As you can see right behind us, this little line of a bit lighter color is even drier conditions than the rest of the map. And you can see that is pushing right through Tallahassee and the rest of central Florida right now, with a little high pressure system sitting right about here that's going to move through our area in the next day or so. And our temperatures right now, you can see Tallahassee is 60 degrees, a bit to our north in Quincy, we've got 52. A little more to the north in southern Georgia, we've got 57 in Bainbridge, 54 in Thomasville, and 52 in Valdosta. And we've got 59 down there in Apalachicola. For our wind speed and directions right now, you can see generally coming out of the north, ranging from 5 to 7 miles per hour, contributing a little bit to our wind chill, but not in a very major way. But you'll still feel it a little bit. And for our dew points, very, very dry, 35 in Tallahassee, 43 up in Quincy, and even 37 in Apalachicola. Even though it's a bit of a more moist climate because of the Gulf of Mexico sending in that moisture, still just as dry there as we're seeing in Tallahassee. And over the next 24 hours, we'll see a very similar conditions continue. Possibly some partly cloudy skies will come up into these regions right over here in North Florida as we make through the rest of the day. But we'll see when we get there. For our day planner forecast tomorrow, moral of our story, we want you to get out there and vote. It's going to be a beautiful day to wait in those lines. Won't be sweaty, crowded, perfect conditions. 9 a.m., 51 degrees, 12, 63 degrees, and as we move our way into the afternoon, our high will be 71. And taking a look at our week ahead, tonight, our lows, 44 degrees, very, very chilly. Tomorrow, highs of 71. That high will rise, and the low will also rise as we move through the rest of the week, heading into our weekend, where you can see on Saturday, during our home football game, we are going to have a 50% chance of showers with a high of 78. As we move into the weekend, we'll see temperatures kind of normalize and stable out back into normal conditions. And now here's Robert at the desk.
Thank you for that, Josh. Now I'm going to talk about something that we haven't talked about at all in our program tonight. It's going to be voting. We have election day tomorrow, and I really can't overstate that it is important to do your civic duty. It's because your voice matters. I know a lot of times we get into this sort of environment where we're all polarized and saying, oh, some states vote one way, some states vote the other way. No matter where you're at, your vote still matters. There are many countries on this earth that still don't even have the right to vote. So it's something that is very important for you to exercise, and it's on a very wide array of issues. Because, of course, I know we've been talking about a lot about the presidency. There's also House seats up, Senate seats up. State House and Senate, gubernatorial, and even some referendums too. So there's a lot of issues here that aren't just the president, that might be even closer than you might think. So it's always important to get out the vote. And also, so going into that idea a little bit, is the government affects more than you might think. It's not just the big hot button issues that, are on our news every single day, Supreme Court stuff, other things. There are also things that are related to even weather. And that's what's relevant to this desk tonight, is that weather is, of course, in many ways controlled by the government. As you know, the National Weather Service, which does a great job of providing us watches and warnings, they do a great job, and they are funded by the government. Something that is, from a science perspective, is, of course, also research, and that's also funded by the government. So voting is very important because you get to exercise your voice and your right on what issues affect our nation, like the weather and like many other things. So no matter what people say, and no matter what you may think, or not you may think, excuse me, or no matter what other people may think, voting is an important thing that we all do, and it's really painless because you just have to go out and vote. For example, here in Leon County, you can just go down leonvotes.gov to find your polling place. It's open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So again, voting is very important. We can't emphasize that enough on tonight's program. Make sure you go out and vote tomorrow if you have the opportunity and you haven't voted yet. So now I'm going to toss things off back to none other than my man Josh at the wall.
All right, thank you very much for that educational piece, Robert. Here's another look at our current temperatures as of right now. Key West, 78 degrees, Miami, 75. Up in West Palm, similar conditions at 74. As we make our way up into central and northern Florida, you can see those weather conditions very much decrease in temperature as we get into the panhandle at 60 degrees in Tallahassee and 62 up in Pensacola. Very clear across the state right now, all the way from Tallahassee into central Florida, Tampa just as clear, down into West Palm Beach, and the Naples area also clear. A little bit of cloud coverage down in Miami right now, but that'll clear out as the night progresses. And zooming into Miami a little bit more right now, you can see that cloud cover right now. This is associated a little bit with Hurricane Eta down in the Caribbean right now. That also will clear out as conditions move into the nighttime and a little bit further into tomorrow morning. Right now in Miami, 79 degrees. As we move, tomorrow is 79 degrees, and on Wednesday it'll be 82, and those conditions will continue into the week as we got a 60% chance of thunderstorms on Thursday from Miami. In Tampa, we've got very clear conditions, 0% chance of precipitation, 79 degrees tomorrow, 82 on Wednesday, and 85 as we move into Thursday and the weekend. Orlando, tomorrow, you're going to be sitting at 77 degrees with only 10% chance of precipitation. Those clear conditions will continue for you guys for the rest of the week as well. And our satellite and radar for Central Florida right now, also just as clear as the rest of our viewing area. You can see a little bit down into Port St. Lucie and into Palm Beach County down here. But other than that, we've got super clear, dry conditions. A little towards northern Florida right now, similar conditions as Central Florida. Jacksonville over here, clear conditions, nothing to report there. Down into Gainesville and Cedar Key, we've also got very clear, dry conditions. And as for Jacksonville, tomorrow your high will be 69 degrees with a 0% chance of precipitation, and those conditions will continue into Wednesday. And Thursday, we might see a little bit of an increased chance to get some showers into the daytime hours. And for Pensacola right now, we're sitting at 71 degrees for tomorrow, and for Wednesday, 75, Thursday, 77. Satellite and radar for that area right now, very clear. For tonight's forecast temperatures, 44 in Tallahassee. As we get into southern Florida, those temperatures will increase. And for tomorrow's forecast highs, we can see mid-70s to low 80s as we get into southern Florida. Now here is Robert.
Thank you, Josh. One last look at our local temperatures outside Doak Campbell Stadium. You can see a beautiful sunset, really nice tonight. 6:24 p.m. and it is 60 degrees and partly cloudy. Winds from the north at 7 miles per hour. So again, you really couldn't ask for a better night tonight to maybe go out and take a walk your dog, whatever you like to do at this time of the night. Really, just make sure you take advantage of doing this before it warms up again. Satellite radar, Monday right now, you can see literally nothing going on for most of the southeast and nothing going on for this part of the southeast either. So really, it's a beautiful day again. Just a little bit of ground clutter, some storms here, but nothing really in our area or any of Georgia or Florida. Looking at temperatures right now, you can see that it is getting a little bit cooler up towards Thomasville and Valdosta, 52 degrees actually up in Valdosta right now. A little bit on the warmer side, but again, this is relative because it's really nice everywhere. 60 in Tallahassee, 59 down in Apalachicola. So these temperatures are just really nice for us right now. Looking at these dew points, you can see we couldn't really ask for anything better right now. Lots of dry air entering the region. 35 in Tallahassee, 43 in Quincy, 37 in Apalachicola. So really just absolutely beautiful day for us right now. And looking at these winds, excuse me, you can see it's, well, nothing going on really for most of us. 0 Thomasville, 0 Valdosta, 7 in Tallahassee, 5 in St. Marks. But again, these are not really any strong winds or anything to worry about. It's, again, not to be a broken record. And as you can see here, literally nothing going on our radar. It's really just a beautiful day, and a beautiful day tomorrow. So looking at the day planner forecast, and if you had anything planned for tomorrow, make sure you vote because it's really important to do that. It's always important. And 9 a.m. 51 up to 71 for a high at 3 p.m. So again, you really couldn't ask for a better day to get out the vote, turn it out, and really have a nice day to walk around and maybe share some coffee with your friends. Looking at the week ahead, you can see, well, it's pretty nice up until it gets a little bit warmer towards the weekend, but really nice for most of us right now. It's 71, 75 on Wednesday, 79 on Friday. Gets a little bit warmer, again, like I said, up to 80 on Sunday and 82 on Monday, and a little bit cloudier as you get into Saturday, where we have a 50% chance of rain for football. So again, not exactly the best weather you'd ask for, but again, you really couldn't ask for better temperatures-wise. And you can see 79 on Friday. And look at our lows, too. 44 tonight for Tuesday, 70 on Sunday, and 68 on Monday. So, again, these are absolutely beautiful temperatures we have here. Nice and cool for us to start the November month. I'll be passing things off to Josh.
All right, thank you, Robert. Thank you a lot for that closing segment right there. So we covered a lot during the show today. Starting off, we have Hurricane Eta down in the Caribbean right now that should be making landfall as we speak, or a little bit into the night, into the overnight hours. So that'll definitely be something that you can try to watch and cover on your local news station to see the impacts that we have from that. And then the after impacts, we're not really sure where it's going to go after that, so we'll also have to keep an eye out for that. A little bit locally, you can see those very cool, dry conditions. It's really starting to feel like winter out there. I see a lot of people out on campus right now, out walking their dogs, getting active. It's really great to see, and everyone can still maintain their social distancing during the virus with all these cool temperatures out there. And also, of course, we want to touch on voting. Very, very important. I know we love to talk about weather here. That's our main little motto. But voting is the most important thing that you can do to try to express your freedom. So please try to get out there tomorrow. If you haven't early voted already, get to those polls. It'll be very nice out to wait in those lines. Won't be too sweaty, won't be overcrowded. It'll be a very, very nice day to get out there and really express your freedoms. I'm glad that Robert gave us that educational piece because, you know, sometimes, especially students, we can get caught up in our day-to-day activities, classes, friends, social activities, you know, so it's really nice to sometimes just sit back for a second and think about actually how we can make a difference in our lives and how we want to express how we make those differences. We can do that with voting. And also, we want to talk about, you can follow our socials. I can't really see it on my screen right now, but I know you can follow us on Twitter at FSU Weather, and you can like us on Facebook, also at facebook.com/FSU Weather. Also check us out on live YouTube TV. We're streaming there every single day, Monday through Friday. And you can follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather as well. We can post a good amount of segments on there. So just to wrap up, thank you guys for coming here to FSU Weather, and we hope you have a very nice day.